Welcome to Cover Art Fail! Tonight's episode in Fail, Pac-Man.
Hey boys and girls, let's take a trip in the Wayback Machine, back to the year 1982. Ronald Reagan is president. Cal Ripken Jr. starts the first of his 2,632 consecutive games played in baseball, and the Weather Channel premieres for the first time on television. The Atari Corporation was riding high on a wave of money, popularity, and money with its legendary 2600 console. They decided they wanted to make a home version of one of the most popular games of the time, a Japanese import entitled Pac-Man, although the name was changed out of fear of the first name being exchanged for something obscene. The port was hyped with pre-sale predictions around 8 million units sold, and once it was released, it was bought up by an eager public caught up in Pac-Man fever, until that fever subsided and the people realized the game was a flaming pile of ass with its terrible graphics, music, and gameplay. But I'm not here to discuss that game, because its cover art was decent. No, I'm here to talk about the next, more superior version of Pac-Man. Well, superior in all but one aspect. Holy Halo helmet! I can see this is going to be a painful one, so let's just get right to it. Oh my god. First question, why? Second question, why? Oh, why? Okay, irrational shouting aside, let's look straight into the mouth of madness.
Now this horrible bit of cover art is actually courtesy of the Atari 8-bit family of computers, particularly the 400 and the 800, and boy does it suck.
The character is, to put in a Shakespearean term, poopy. As a child growing up in the 80s, I never visualized the actual appearance of Pac-Man. I saw a yellow spherical thing that gobbled pellets and fruit, and I was okay with that. Now I'd be okay with Atari making an image of Pac-Man that was cool, but I honestly don't know what they were thinking with this one. He has the elephantitis of the head we all know and expect, but the thing that catches the eye is the buck teeth. I guess they were trying to go the cartoon route and conjure images of Bugs Bunny, but looks more like a menacing beaver, and not the good kind of menacing beaver. His clothing is early 80s-licious. He has those oh-so-trendy high socks that many at the time wore, along with the short shorts and tank top. This look is made all the more insulting with the proper look of Pac-Man used as a logo for his top. But the cardinal sin of this whole character portrayal is the inclusion of legs. That's not what Pac-Man is. He is a floating mass of Pac. He is not supposed to have gangly-looking legs. No Pac-Man character should ever have legs, with one obvious exception. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ugh, look at the hands. He appears to have fingers on one and apparently a mitten of some kind on the other. And his cheeks are all puffy as if he's devouring every single power pellet that he comes across. I guess we should be very thankful that they didn't go with the visual of him deep-throating all the pellets. And speaking of those pellets, what is wrong with them? They kind of have the vague shape of Sweet Tart's candy, or some kind of chewable antacid. I guess that's why he needs the buck teeth. The problem that I see with crafting an intriguing cover for Pac-Man is that he's not a very fleshed out character. You go around a maze, you gobble fruit and power pellets, you get chased by different flavors of ghosts with odd names. It's just simplistic, coin-op fun. So in Atari's mind, the maze is now a Gothic castle. The ivy is a nice dumb touch. The ghosts now have feet of their own with equally goofball looks as our orbicular hero, and... wait. Look at that ghost's tongue. Are they trying to imply that they want to eat Pac-Man? Do they treat all interlopers to their castle with the same cannibalistic fervor? Or do they just do so much floating, running around the castle after Pac-Man that their tongues are waving like an exhausted dog? It's just, to me, this overall appearance of this cover with the characters on it is like an embrace to future cosplayers. I also see that there's an asterisk by the title of the game. I scanned all over the cover to see if there was any fine print that described what it was for, and since I couldn't find it, I thought I'd just make up one on the spot. Warning, this is not really Pac-Man. Earl modeled it after himself. We should all be ashamed of ourselves. And then maybe there'd be something in Japanese written right underneath it just for good measure. My overall take on this review just leaves me with more questions than answers. Why the power pellets look like clay pigeons? Why is this cover of Pac-Man accompanied with the following images creep me out? Why is the maze a castle? Why did I play the shitty 2600 version? Did Atari really love this cover art? Well, the last question is easy to answer due to the gaming giant coming out with an alternate cover within a short period of time. But in case you want to know the answers to my other questions, sheer stupidity, his nose primarily, designers phoning it in, and because that's the only one I had. Pac-Man is a legend who only falls short of Mario in video game name recognition. His name kept going due to his evolution beyond the maze into other wacky adventures. Future iterations of the Pac-Man games tried to shoehorn a storyline of some kind into the Pac-Man mythos. As previously stated, this would prove difficult to do for a character whose creator was inspired by a pizza. That didn't stop game makers though. These games required the character to be more than just a lovable pie chart. It's just too much to embrace Pac-Man in that way, and as a result, those games were met with moderate to zero success. The games establish a universal image of what Pac-Man is, and I'm fine with that. It's simple and to the point with a little bit of Japanese as a nod to the little tennis ball's true origins. But it's hard to get over the fact that that image we receive with open arms today came from artwork like this, that was without a doubt an immeasurable fail.
So I'm heading out the back door and in the other side. Gonna eat the cherries up and take them all for a ride. I got Pac-Man fever. It's driving me crazy. I said Pac-Man fever.
Why? Oh, why?